Good morning, I'm Wendy Burke, and this is the CBC Morning Report for Thursday, July 14th. In our top story, officials at all of Barbados' ports of entry are being trained to be in a state of readiness for the rare monkeypox disease, as anyone entering the country with pox symptoms is subject to investigation. This from Health and Wellness Minister Ian Gooding-Edgell.
This team will continue to monitor our borders and protect public health in Barbados. Please be aware that any travelers arriving at any of our ports with any pox symptoms will be assessed and investigated accordingly. Our state of readiness will also involve sensitizing those workers who help us to maintain border control, such as immigration, customs, Barbados Port in Grantley Islands International Airport, and others who perform a critical role at our ports of entry.
The minister pointed out some of the symptoms associated with the virus.
Monkeypox is a rare disease caused by infection within the monkeypox virus and is part of the same family of viruses as smallpox. Monkeypox symptoms are similar to smallpox symptoms, but milder, and monkeypox is rarely fatal. Monkeypox is not related to the chickenpox. Monkeypox can be contracted through close, intimate contact of an infected person. The symptoms of monkeypox can include fever, headache, muscle aches, backache, swollen lymph nodes, chills, exhaustion, a rash that can look like pimples or blisters that appear on the face, inside of the mouth, and on other parts of the body like hands, feet, chest, genitals, or anus. The rash goes through different stages before healing completely. The illness typically lasts 2 to 4 weeks. Sometimes people get a rash first, followed by other symptoms. Others only experience a rash.
There is no vaccine for monkeypox in Barbados, but international health agencies have assured that widespread jabbing against the spread is not necessary.
The World Health Organization has stated that mass vaccination is not required nor recommended for monkeypox at this time. Human-to-human spread of monkeypox can be controlled by public health measures, including early case findings, diagnosis and care, isolation, and contact tracing. The absence of vaccines should not cause undue alarm, since monkeypox is rarely fatal. The Ministry of Health and Wellness will continue to follow the World Health Organization guidance as part of the global response.
Meanwhile, local health authorities say there are no confirmed cases of monkeypox in Barbados. Next on the CBC Morning Report, updates on the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine. Local health officials warn to be on the lookout for new fast-spreading variants of COVID-19. Two new Omicron subvariants, BA.2.5 and BA.5, have emerged in the United States and the United Kingdom, Barbados' main tourism markets. CARPHA, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, has detected at least one of them in the region and sees the development as yet another health threat. Executive Director Dr. Joy St. John says relaxation of COVID-19 travel protocols and more people traveling for the summer and crop over means these new variants cannot be stopped.
These particular variants that are now circulating in the Caribbean, because CARPHA has detected BA4 and BA5 by genome sequencing, these variants cannot be stopped. You can be immunized, but it will not stop you from getting the virus. What it will do, it will reduce the risk of severe illness and death. We are on alert in CARPHA. We had stood up the incident management team for COVID-19, and we have not stood it down.
The CARPHA boss is still not satisfied with vaccination and booster rates in Barbados and the region, saying it's far less than optimal. That's why she's calling on people to be more cautious, especially those with chronic non-communicable diseases. Dr. St. John is appealing to health authorities in Barbados and the region to make COVID-19 vaccination, infection prevention and control surveillance measures part of their routine for the healthcare sector. She does have high praise for the model being enforced at the Grantley Adams International Airport.
It was evident that infection prevention and control measures were in effect at the airport. The very fact that the immigration officer is not taking the passport, they are scanning the passport. There is a screen. The public health nurses, the port health who are coming in between the crowd, they're wearing their masks and their gloves. And Customs has instituted a question system to ensure that they stratify who needs to come to them versus who would like to come to them. All of these are signs of infection prevention and control measures being put into place.
Barbados has recorded 214 new COVID-19 positive cases. This is according to the Best dos Santos Public Health Laboratory after conducting 707 tests on July 12th. There were 38 people in isolation facilities, while 1,634 were in home isolation. As at July 12th, there were 479 COVID-19 related deaths following a community death over the past 2 weeks. The Bahamas has been advised to brace for another wave of COVID-19. Minister of Health Dr. Michael Darville sounded the warning following the Independence weekend that saw some spectators ignoring COVID protocols.
Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville making it clear that there is a possibility of another wave.
COVID is still in our country. The cases are of concern.
His comments came after several videos circulated on social media over the holiday weekend, showing many residents not wearing their masks during the Independence festivities. The health minister reminding the public that there is a mask mandate in place.
We had a lot of celebrations over the Independence holidays. I believe that from the videos that I'm seeing that some of the mask mandates, rules and regulations were not completely adhered to. That can create some potential spikes. I'm watching.
Now, while the health minister says the potential spike in COVID-19 cases is concerning, the government does not plan to tighten restrictions at this time. The People's Love and Unity Rush was held on Bay Street. Usually the parade would have barricades, but this year there weren't any. Additionally, crowds of people could be seen not practicing social distancing. Darville says when the government hosts Junkanoo parades such as Boxing Day and New Year's Day, more structure will be in place.
In the event that our Junkanoo celebrations in the Christmas and New Year's need additional protocols, we will make those recommendations, and we will work very closely with the Ministry of National Security and our COVID police.
Guyana has been delaying shipments of COVID-19 vaccines until the country is sure that the vaccines will be utilized. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony says the move is in order to prevent the spoilage of COVID-19 vaccines.
Guyana received thousands of COVID-19 vaccines that it can access to treat the population, but authorities here have complained about the low uptake in the jabs being administered. As a consequence, there have been a deliberate delay of some shipments to avoid spoilage.
What we're doing, we're pacing how much we accept, and again, if we think that we are not using them fast enough, what we have been doing is delaying the shipment so that we don't take vaccines and waste them.
That was Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, who spoke at the official handing over of over 12,000 adult Pfizer vaccines donated by the United States government on Tuesday. The country is expecting another 50,000 doses next week, and within a month or two, another 50,000 is scheduled to arrive. U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Sarah Ann Lynch, said the U.S. will continue to support Guyana's fight in the ongoing pandemic.
Russia and Ukraine made substantive progress in their direct talks since March on a deal to relieve a global food crisis caused by the blockading of grain exports from Ukraine's Black Sea ports.
I'm told it's a very substantive agreement. It covers things like inspections of those ships that are going to come in and get the grain from Odessa, where it's been trapped for months, and take it out across the Black Sea global markets, on things like safety and security. Remember, the waters of the Black Sea are mined. There's apparently a route that they can take through those mines. The Turkish Navy will play a role escorting vessels, is my understanding. I'm told when it comes to the technical arrangements, there really are no major sticking points left. What needs to happen now is this technical agreement needs to go to the capitals of the country concerned to make sure the leadership sign off in Ukraine, in Russia and in Turkey, which has been playing this key role in this. And then finally a political signing ceremony needs to take place. Now, the earliest any of this could happen, we think, is next week, but certainly it's moving fast and things are much more positive than the UN thought they were going to be. Just a few days ago, they've been working on this for a long time. It is important, though, for me to tell you, Lauren, that even if we got a deal next week, this is not going to instantly solve the global food crisis, because you're going to need a lot of ships to get out all of that grain, 22 million tons of grain that has been trapped there, before you can start getting it through networks around the world to try and alleviate the problem. The ripple effect of something like this across the world takes a long time to solve.
It's time now to preview what's coming up on Morning Barbados, and we say good morning to Pearson Boone.
Good morning, Wendy, and good morning, everyone. When you join me at 6:30 for Morning Barbados today, we'll meet the author of Grow and Glow. It's a self-love journal for teen girls. That teen girl will join us along with her publisher to talk more about her journey thus far and what it is that inspired her to write this book for teen girls. Also this morning, we'll meet more of the finalists in this weekend's Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition. They'll talk to us about their songs, their preparation, and their anticipation. Looking forward to that. And every entrepreneur needs a little bit of motivation from time to time. So The Climb is one of those areas that we'll be looking at when the organizer joins us to tell us more. Those and a whole lot more straight ahead at 6:30 for Morning Barbados. It's back to you, Wendy.
Looking forward to those features at the bottom of the hour. We'll have more news on the CBC Morning Report. The abuse and abandonment of the elderly at state-owned institutions in Barbados happens to a higher percentage of men than women. This was one of the revelations coming out of a discussion by the Barbados Association of Retired Persons on the subject abandonment of the elderly. Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs, Kirk Humphrey, who was one of the panelists, said it was not a simple matter and individuals would have to weigh all the factors in making judgments.
They keep hearing about the number of persons in the hospital and so on. And today, as it stands today, there were 16 persons at QEH who would be considered abandoned. 9 at Harrison Point who would be considered abandoned. The average for the QEH would be 30. That people anticipate on any average of 30, but right now there are 16, which means that there are actually less persons fall under this category of being abandoned at QEH today than generally. So I don't know that it is fair to say that there's been an increase. The point is that there are people who are abandoned and that is a problem. And that the vast majority of those are males. And, you know, when you have itinerant fathers, you know, visiting fathers who come and go, who don't check for their children, and then expect children to love them automatically, it's a very difficult proposition for many children, for many people. So I understand all of that. And that is why I understand that it's abandonment, no matter how I spin it. But I also feel that the person who's responsible for care also needs to be cautiously assessed and judged, but judged righteously, and with a view to building a structure that would allow us to take care of everyone within this space.
To look at this topic with me in greater detail this morning is President of BARP, Marlon Rice-Bowen. The issue of abandonment speaks to greater socio-economic fallout and begs the question, can you really prepare for your old age to avoid abandonment? Good morning and welcome to you, Marlon.
Good morning, and thank you so much for inviting me here this morning to speak on a topic that's not very comforting, but we have to address it. So let's chat.
Yes. So how much preparation can you really do for your old age? You know, I mean, you have your children, you love your children, and you expect that, you know, should you become unable to take care of yourselves through your aging years, that they would be there.
Yeah, that's true, Wendy. But the first thing one has to do is to prepare for retirement from your first paycheck. So you have to start saving and, you know, to have a retirement plan in place. I'm not suggesting because there's a plan in place, because you have funds, that you would not be abandoned. But at least there will be options, because then if no one wants to take care of you and you have sufficient funds, then you can seek, you know, you can pay for your care. So the first thing about retirement and about aging is to recognize that you are aging on a daily basis, and you must commence planning for retirement from your very first paycheck.
Okay. Is the revelation that it's more men than women shocking? Should we be alarmed?
No, not at all. When you look at Barbados, I don't have the actual statistic, but I know it's close to 50% of the households in this country are headed by single women. So that I'm not surprised at all.
Okay. Now, with Barbados's aged population's numbers rising constantly, does BARP has fears that these abuse and abandonment issues could at some point become epidemic?
No, I wouldn't say that they can become epidemic, because BARP, like all the other social agencies and government agencies, we are going to put measures in place to address this issue, and we are going to do it now rather than try to do it later. So with the measures being put in place, with training being implemented, strengthened with legislation, I'm certain that we can address this issue and address this issue in 2022, because by 2050, 50% of the population in this country will be over 60. So we have to work, whatever we have to do, we must address it now. And I'm confident that it can be addressed.
Okay, now should the country be moving in the direction where we're seeking to build out more hospice care for the elderly, or should it be a situation where the responsibility and costs of caring for the elderly be borne by family members, whether it be through legislation, what have you?
First thing, Wendy, let's remember here that not all seniors require hospice care. Not all seniors require care, period. There are seniors, I would be qualified as a senior. So we don't all require that level of care. What we need to see is we need private sector to join with government, or private sector just roll out some senior daycare facilities. So where seniors can be dropped off during the day, and they can socialize with their peers, and in the evening they can be picked up. So we don't want to think of all seniors as being unable to attend to themselves, but we want to have facilities where seniors can congregate. That's going to be very important going forward. And of course, as I said earlier, if one plans for one's retirement, then you'll have less people dependent on the state. And that should be the ultimate aim of all persons now, particularly those in their 30s and onward. Start to plan for that retirement now. But as we speak today, I would want to appeal to the private sector to look at rolling out some senior daycare facilities. And that would go a long way in assisting the seniors in aging, and aging with independence and dignity.
Okay, my final question to you. What concerns does BARP have in relation to the elderly mistreatment and abandonment while individuals continue to collect their pensions?
Oh yeah, Wendy, you know our thoughts on that already. I firmly believe, I just listened to the clip from the Minister Humphrey just now, and I think it's 25 persons that can be classified as abandoned, 16 at the QEH and 9 at Harrison's Point. Well, those are 25 sources of income that should be, those sources of those pensions should be garnished. You should not, the families that have abandoned them should not be benefiting from their pensions. And we hold very firmly to that. If you are going to abandon your quote-unquote loved ones, then you cannot benefit from their pensions.
Okay, Marlene, I want to thank you so much, and I wish BARP all the best in trying to bring this issue under some modicum of control, because we really wouldn't want it to get any worse. They've built this country. We should be caring for them in their old times. Thank you, and have a great morning.
You. Same to you, Wendy. Thank you so much.
Marlene Rice-Bowen, the president of BARP. Employers have been told that addressing issues of safety and health in the workplace could lead to improved productivity. The advice from Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, Senator Dr. Chantal Monroe-Knight, who led off debate in the Upper House on the Safety and Health at Work Amendment Bill yesterday.
Even as we speak to the issues, as we rightly should, in terms of workers' compensation, and the issue of their safety and health is also of equal importance. In fact, Mr. President, studies have shown that indeed addressing the issue of safety and health has significant beneficial correlations to, one, an increase in productivity, and also as well an increase in terms of workers' attitude to their workplace, i.e. workers in a safe environment have more buy-in, will work harder in the context of an environment that is safe.
Senator Monroe-Knight says the amendments to the Act will create a framework that uplifts workers. As she notes, the legislation protects all categories of workers. One of the critical proposed changes is a requirement for businesses to publicly display the certificate issued by the Chief Fire Officer.
In our recent past, we've had an incident which demonstrated that perhaps, again, not perhaps, we need to be able to do better. And Mr. President, I would not suggest that there are owners of properties who will deliberately put employees in an environment in which they are not compliant. But again, because we are not necessarily aware of the importance of these things, that they're not necessarily front of mind, and that in the context particularly of Bridgetown, we're speaking of buildings, that were developed long time ago, that before we had, a full understanding of the need to ensure that our working environments then are compliant.
In sports, the West Indies were decimated by Bangladesh in yesterday's second one-day international at the Guyana National Stadium in Providence as they lost by 9 wickets. Batting first, the Windies were bowled out for a paltry 108 off 35 overs. Player of the match, Nazim Ahmed, took 3 for 19. Kemo Paul was the highest scorer for the Windies with 25 not out. Bangladesh made light work of the target, finishing on 112 for 1 off 20.4 overs. Skipper Tamim Iqbal led the way with 50 not out, which gave the visitors the 2-0 series win with only 1 match remaining. Here are the highlights.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Morning to you, everyone. Good morning indeed, and welcome to Today. Today is Thursday, the 14th of July, 2022. I'm Pearson Bowen, welcoming all of you everywhere. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're already on our stream on YouTube or Facebook, special good morning to you too. Thank you for interacting with us there. I always encourage all of you all the time. If you heard anything or saw anything, you want to see it again, you go back to those streams and you can see it for yourselves at your convenience. So we do appreciate your interaction with us there as well. Now today being Thursday, of course you're going to be introduced to some exceptional young people. A number of them today are finalists in the Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition, which is on this weekend at the Wildy Gymnasium beginning at 7 o'clock. So a number of them will be joining us to talk about their preparation, their anticipation and their song. And we can't wait to talk to them as well. Today too, you'll meet some footballers. There is also going to be a sports camp that's coming up. We'll tell you about how your children can find gainful activity over the summer holidays as they prepare to leave school at the end of the third term. So listen up for that. Plus, those footballers who are in Canada, some of them will join us this morning to hear about that experience as they sojourn in seeking some very greener pastures through the sport. The Climb, a motivational event for entrepreneurs. We will hear from the organizer of that event how it is going, how we can be a part of it, and those who are entrepreneurs, you need to listen up because there are people from who you can learn about how you can keep yourself motivated so that the business will always be at its optimum. And today we get started by looking at Grow and Glow. It's a book written by a teenager for teenagers, teenage girls in particular. The author herself, a teenager. Her name is Shadea Gazette, and with her is her publisher and her godmother, Shaniqua Ford. Good morning, both of you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. I love the relationship between the two of you, you know, godmother and goddaughter. It is clearly something that has been going on for quite a while. Talk to me a little bit about this relationship, godmother.
Well, as you said, it's a great relationship. She's been in my life. Well, I've been in her life from the time she was born, and we were always close. I believe so. We were always close. We were always close.
So here it is now, you know, you're having this relationship, a really great time, and you've taken the time, godmother Shaniqua, to publish her book. But before we get to you, let me hear from you, Shadea, because you're 16 years old and you're a former student of the Ellerslie School and you've taken time to write this self-love book for teens. Why did you do so?
I chose the topic self-love because I know how it is to I know how it is to have a low self-esteem and not being able to talk to anybody about anything. And
so you've had your moments. You've had your moments where you doubted yourself and you felt in comparison with others that you were not quite matching up. And you thought, you know what, I can pull myself out of this because you found the strategy to be able to do so. And what do you think is that strategy that you've been able to document in your book to help other teenagers like yourself, teen girls, handle life as you know it? I can't hear. Right. Go ahead, I can hear you now.
So we have a quote for every week. The journal is a weekly journal. We have a quote for every week. Some questions. The questions are write a positive compliment about yourself. Then you put where are you proud of yourself. This week you achieved, and what negative self-thought did you entertain this week? And how would you replace those negative self-thoughts with positive ones next week? Also, what positive self-thoughts did you engage this week as some weekly affirmations? And you also have a self-awareness letter where you can write what you thought.
Wow. Okay, brilliant, brilliant. How long did it take you to put all of that together?
Oh, not long. My godmother asked me what questions. First, my godmother asked me what I wanted to read the book, and then she asked me what questions I wanted to put down.
So you have great support, great guidance, and everything else. Shaniqua, and here it is now. This young goddaughter of yours is an author, and you've seen her put onto paper a lot of her thoughts, guided by her grandmother in some instances. And yet you thought, as the founder of your business, Shalev Publishing, to be able to publish. Why did you think that this was so critical for you to do?
I think it was critical for me to do because of seeing her from the time she was a baby, and I've realized certain things as she was growing up, and as she would have said, you know, with the low self-esteem, her not believing in herself and stuff like that, which I would try to encourage. And when I asked her, because she would have told me when she was younger, after what I would have wrote my first book, she would have said that she wanted to write as well, but I never took her seriously.
Yes.
And when I came back to her and I asked her, "Are you serious? Do you want to do this?" And she said yes. And then I asked if she wanted to do a journal, and she said about self-love. So when she said that, it was important for me to push her in that, because I understood what she would have went through. And I believe it would have been able to help other young people, because I myself as well, when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of self-confidence and self-love as well. So I believe it was a great thing to do for teenage girls especially.
So when these teenage girls get a copy of this book, there are activities that they're required to engage in. What do you see that doing for that individual? Because oftentimes you turn the page, you come to the last page, the end, but you don't necessarily internalize what it is that you're consuming. Is it easy to consume, and how really critical is it that these teenage girls really take the time to turn the pages?
I believe that it is very easy to consume, actually, because we didn't do it. Because when I would have asked her what she wanted to do, I would have had my own ideas as well to help her. But she said, "No, I don't want that. I want this," or whatever the case may be. And it was important for me to make sure that it was all her and not me.
Yes.
But I believe that it is very easy to use and it's not that difficult. And I believe that it is a guide for them. And as she would have written on one of the pages in the beginning, that you have to be very open and honest when you go through each step, so that if you are open and honest, then the journal is better able to help you process your feelings and process your thoughts and move to point A to point Z and continue to grow in that.
As a publisher, are you also required to do a little bit of editing? Because I'm asking because we want to be sure that when people pick up the book, that it leads to a positive outcome, you know, and it's not just a whole ramble set of thoughts put down on paper. So talk to me a little bit about how the book has been structured, and because of that structure, the kinds of outcomes you think we can all expect.
Yes, we do editing. We do everything as the publishing company. The structure, I believe, is done because I do journals as well for adults. And the structure was geared more to teenagers because of, you know, how old they are, etc. And as I said, it is easy to use. And that structure is not a bunch of ramble. It's not a bunch of ramble, but it is geared to and will be able to help them go forward. So I believe that it will do great. I believe that. I truly do.
It will do great. So Shadia, here it is now. You have your first book. Is this your first book, by the way, Grow and Glow?
Yes, please.
This is your first book. Have you had a chance to have it shared with your friends, to hear from them how they're responding to it? Have you had that opportunity?
Yes, please.
And what did they say to you when they began to turn the pages of your book?
Well, first of last time, that would be, I write a journal. She was like, "You write a journal?" But my other friends don't got it as yet. But they started called Instagram, and my friends and my family was proud of me.
and all of us in Barbados, we're very proud of you as well, because here it is, you're an example of things that are positive about young females. And oftentimes our females are challenged. I know our males as well, but our females are challenged in slightly different ways, and you have found a way to be able to document from your experience and give guidance to others like yourself who might be facing similar or even more difficult situations. But you are a shining example that it can become a positive outcome, a brilliant example of that. Having gone to school at an excellent school, by the way, the LRZ school, and we commend you for that as well. So for those who are watching who have teenage girls who are thinking, this would be a great book for my teenage girl, where can we get copies of the book?
Okay. Amazon.com. Or you can also contact me, and you can have your copies there
So
for people who are in Barbados.
How can we contact you, Shaniqua?
On Instagram, Shalef Publishing, or my number 257-9611.
257-9611. 257-9611. It's on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. 257-9611. The book is also available on Amazon. It's written by that 17-year-old Barbadian girl, Shadia Grisette. She's an author. She's giggling in the back. I can hear her because she's now got her first book, Grow and Glow. It's a self-love journal for teenage girls. And we want to encourage as many of you teenage girls as possible. And perhaps I could see already some adult women also perhaps benefiting from the sage advice from Shadia in the book as well. Shadia, I wish you the very best. Continue writing, continue documenting, continue glowing as you grow. And something tells me that success is definitely in your future. So keep traveling on that path and you'll do very well, especially with your godmother by your side. And I love it. I love the relationship between godparent and godchild, because it is so critical that you've stepped in, Shaniqua, at the right time to be a part of her journey to help to develop this child who's also a critical part of your life. Keep that up. Don't ever stop. I have an amazing godmother who, as old as I am, is still very much in my life. So I know exactly what it means to have that relationship. So you keep doing what you're doing for Shadia as well. Thank you both.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome indeed. The book is called Grow and Glow. It's a self-love journal for young teenage girls. It's available on Amazon, or you can go to the website, which is available, Shalev Publishing, or give Shaniqua a call on 257-9611. We're coming back after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
15 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock here this Thursday morning, where we share with you some very exceptional young people. You do know Saturday evening at 7 o'clock, everyone is going to be at the Wilder Gymnasium, or all eyes and ears are going to be there too for the Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition for 2022. Yes, we're in crop over indeed in the season of emancipation, and we can't wait to engage further with even more of those young stars who'll be on the stage, including Ethan Lil E. Edie and Ramaya Majestic Maya Wilson. Good morning, both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming through. Now, both of you are in the calypso category, so you're saying some social commentary, right? Let's start with you, Ethan. Tell me a little bit about your song.
My song name is Here We Grow.
Mm-hmm. Here We Grow?
And yes, please. Here We Grow.
Tell me about it.
It's about like crops and sheep.
It's about agriculture and animal husbandry and all of those guys. Is that something you're interested in? Is that something you already do? Farming on any scale?
No, please, I don't do farming.
You don't do farming, but somehow you're singing about Here We Grow. Why do you think that's a subject that fascinates you to sing about?
Because I'm getting to be a farmer in Calypso.
Okay, fair enough. You're being a farmer in Calypso. Who wrote the song, Ethan?
Who wrote the song is Carlan Holdforsan.
Mm-hmm. And so she wrote the song and brought it to you, or did you go to her and said, could you write a song for me?
She said she will write a song for me.
So when you saw the words, tell me a little bit about how you felt when you saw the words on paper.
I felt comfortable with the song.
And how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
Are you looking forward to Saturday night's competition?
Yes, please.
What scares you most about preparing for Saturday night's competition?
Too many people.
What do you mean by that?
That I get nervous when I see too much people in the crowd.
So what's your strategy?
Just have to move about and have my diction to say my words properly.
Right. Do you know that all of those people have come there to support you, not to scare you, but to support you because they want you to be your best on the stage, and we can't wait to be able to applaud your great work, because a lot of us can't do what you're doing, you know. Ethan, Lil E, a lot of us really cannot do what you're doing. And so when we come there, we are so already very, very proud of you. So we can't wait to see you come there and sing your song. It is your song. And if you have to shut your eyes and sing your song, Lil E, shut your eyes and sing your song. Move across the stage, you know, and just perform. Don't worry about the rest of them. They can't do what you're doing. Just always remember that, okay? None of us can do what you're doing. Only you can. So who gave you the name Lil E?
My sister.
Why did she call you Lil E?
Because I asked her for a stage name.
And so she said, Lil E. Love that. Is this your first time?
Yes, please.
All right. Well done. What school do you go to, by the way?
I go to Vauxhall Primary School.
Vauxhall Primary. All right, Lil E. All the best to you indeed. Now you, Miss Ramaya, Majestic Maya. What a name, Majestic Maya. How does that feel to carry that name, Majestic Maya?
I feel very good about my name.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel awesome.
You feel awesome. After all, you're Majestic Maya. Who gave you the name Majestic Maya?
My grandmother.
Ah, so Granny has been a part of your Calypso journey so far?
Yes, please.
All right. You're singing, what song are you singing, by the way?
Mindfulness.
Mindfulness. What is that song about?
It's about that of children, and the children want the parents to know what they're going through.
Mm-hmm. So you want the parents to be mindful of what the children are going through. So can you
Yes,
sing the first verse for me?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
I was so happy when I heard that there's a better return. Only with SB, no certainty, so I should take it and learn. So I started counting. No need is till I see my friends at prayers. But when I come, I say, no prayers but here, and I need legs start to share. They say practice mindfulness to help me release the stress. The public, they like the rule. You're taking God out the school. Mindfulness cause all the outbursts. but you need to hear from me first.
All right. Well, you have a beautiful voice. I'm sure you hear that a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sure you hear that a lot, right? That you have such a lovely singing voice to start with. Why calypso? You love calypso?
Yes, please.
Really? So whose calypsos do you love to listen to? Tell me, is there anyone?
Not intentional.
That's all right. That's all right. You just love calypso. So here it is. You know, have this particular song, Mindfulness. Your grandmother's encouraging you to sing along. And you're on stage on Saturday evening. What position will you be singing in? Your position drawn for position number?
4.
Number 4. So you're the 4th on stage in the calypso category. Are you excited about it?
Yes, please.
Is this your first time as well?
Yes, please.
Ooh, 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 ooh. So what was it that got you interested in joining the calypso competition in the Junior Monarch?
I always wanted to join the Junior Monarch. I always wanted to express myself to the world. So I said to myself, it's a good time to try this year.
And this year you've tried, and this year you're into the final. Indeed, what a thing. So preparing for the Saturday night's final now, what have you been doing to get yourself ready?
Working on my diction, working on the parts that I could not breathe and struggling, and seeing where getting things wrong.
And you've been fixing those wrong things, right?
Yes, please.
Have you had a chance to rehearse with the band?
Yes, please.
How did that feel?
It feels very good. Since I'm with the band, I could get experience before I go to the show.
Yes, and I understand you guys had a chance to also hear from TC and RPB, is that right?
Yes, please.
How was that for you?
It was very good.
What did they tell you?
To use the stage and hold up my microphone.
To use the stage to hold up your microphone, to sing into the microphone, right? Are you one who would stand before the mirror and, you know, take a brush or comb or whatever and pretend that you're already on stage?
No, please.
So, in terms of who's coming from your family to support you on Saturday, who do you think is coming?
Everybody.
Yeah? You've told them all to come and support you, right? Majestic Maya. Now, Lil E said that he gets a little bit scared when he sees the crowd. Are you like that too?
Yes, please.
Really? So listen, when you get there, as I told Lil E, blot them out. Don't even see them. Actually, the lights will be down on them. You probably won't even see a face. You're just going to be so busy singing, you can't even think about them. So just look over their heads and you sing your song to the best you possibly can, Majestic Maya. You'll do very, very well indeed. Little E, coming back to you for just a moment. Little E, are you there?
Yes, please.
Right. So who are some of the calypso people who you look up to and you think are so really good at singing calypso?
Slay.
So I look at the Almighty Bit and Corn.
Okay, if we get Lil E back on screen, Lil E says you look up to Mighty Bit and Kwan. Why those two in particular?
Because they have ring almost twice. So I want to learn from them how to use the stage.
Have you ever reached out to either of them? Actually, Bit is going to be competing with you.
Yes, please.
So you've had a chance to sit and watch him rehearse and practice?
Yes, please.
And what do you think you can take away from what you've seen him do?
There's a movement.
And can you sing too for me the first verse to your song?
Yes, please.
Go ahead, sing it for us.
Horticulture is the next best thing for we future sustainability, introducing crops into primary schools. Get children's hands 50 from nursery. But what's confusing me, that all this talk is cheap. Put your money where your mouth is, 'cause a curry future eats.
All right. You two have a beautiful voice, Lil E. Well done. Do you get a chance to sing often anywhere else?
Yes.
Are you in the school
I had a
choir?
competition at school yesterday.
Say it again.
I had my calypso competition at school yesterday.
Oh, really? And how did you do?
I did good and I came second.
Oh, well, you did very well indeed. And so, Saturday night now, you have another opportunity to redeem yourself and to come first. Indeed, you're competing also with Majestic Maya here. Majestic Maya is coming for the crown too. So both of you are in the same category of Calypso. I want to wish both of you very well on Saturday evening. Remember, the show starts at 7, everybody. And your whole families will be there. All of Barbados will be there. Don't let them scare you, as I said. Look over their heads and you just sing your song. Just sing your song. Only you know the words and only you know the magic to your song. Just do it. Don't pay attention to them at all. But you can be guaranteed they will applaud you because they want you to do your very best. All of us will. So congratulations already for making it to the final. And I look forward to excellent performances from both of you on Saturday evening. Thank you so much for joining us today, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome indeed. Ethan, Lil E. Edie, and Ramaya Majestic Maya Wilson, 2 finalists in the Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition on this Saturday night at the Wilde Gymnasium. The show starts at 7. You've got to be there at the crack of it to make sure you see every ounce of the competition. There are 2 crowns up for grabs on Saturday evening in soca and in Calypso. We met 2 Calypsonians, and so we meet some soca artists as well a little later on. We shall take a break right here. We're coming back with more on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Still to come this morning, of course, you'll have opportunities to have some fun with me when we unscramble those letters. Yes, indeedy. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you in just a little while. Also, we'll be telling you more about the climb to the top as an entrepreneur, the struggles, the journey. It is real, but when you feel a little bit jaded and you're wondering what else to do, there's an opportunity for you to learn from others. And so the climb, we'll talk a little bit about that as we prepare for its activity as well. So look out for that opportunity coming up too. And there's some footballers who are out there out and about already in hunt of that next opportunity, be it a scholarship or some other method of moving through the sport and using the sport to further themselves. They'll join us in just a little bit as well. You will also be hearing about a summer camp for young people, a sport summer camp, as a matter of fact. So it is more, and that sport summer camp is going to be more than just playing a sport. There are all sorts of other elements to it as well. Can't wait to share that with you, and a whole lot more ahead. But let's get an update now on the news. And once again, here's Wendy Burke.
Good morning again to Pearson and to our viewers. There is no vaccine for monkeypox in Barbados, but international health agencies have assured that widespread vaccination against the spread is not necessary.
The World Health Organization has stated that mass vaccination is not required nor recommended for monkeypox at this time. Human-to-human spread of monkeypox can be controlled by public health measures, including early case findings, diagnosis and cure, isolation, and contact tracing. The absence of vaccines should not cause undue alarm, since monkeypox is really fatal. The Ministry of Health and Wellness will continue to follow the World Health Organization guidance as part of the global response.
Meanwhile, local health authorities say there are no confirmed cases of monkeypox in Barbados. Local health officials warn to be on the lookout for new fast-spreading variants of COVID-19. Two new subvariants of Omicron, BA.2.5 and BA.5, have emerged in the United States and the United Kingdom, Barbados' main tourism markets. CARPHA, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, has detected at least one of them in the region and sees the development as yet another health threat. Executive Director Dr. Joyce St. John says relaxation of COVID-19 travel protocols and more people traveling for the summer and crop over means these new variants cannot be stopped.
These particular variants that are now circulating in the Caribbean, because CARPHA has detected BA4 and BA5 by genome sequencing, these variants cannot be stopped. You can be immunized, but it will not stop you from getting the virus. What it will do, it will reduce the risk of severe illness and death.
Mm-hmm.
We are on alert in CARPHA. We had set up the incident management team for COVID-19, and we have not stood it down.
The CARPHA boss is still not satisfied with vaccination and booster rates in Barbados and the region, saying it's far less than optimal. That's why she's calling on people to be more cautious, especially those with chronic non-communicable diseases. Dr. St. John is appealing to health authorities in Barbados and the region to make COVID-19 vaccination, infection prevention and control and surveillance measures part of a routine for the health care sector. The abuse and abandonment of the elderly at state-owned institutions in Barbados happens to a higher percentage of men than women. This was one of the revelations coming out of a discussion by the Barbados Association of Retired Persons on the subject abandonment of the elderly. Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs Kirk Humphrey, who was one of the panelists, said it was not a simple matter and individuals would have to weigh all the factors in making judgments.
I keep hearing about the number of persons in the hospital and so on. And today, as it stands today, there were 16 persons at QEH who would be considered abandoned. 9 at Harrison Point who would be considered abandoned. The average for the QEH would be 30. That people anticipate on any average of 30, but right now there are 16, which means that there are actually less persons fall under this category of being abandoned at QEH today than generally. So I don't know that it is fair to say that there's been an increase. The point is that there are people who are abandoned and that is a problem. And that the vast majority of those are males. And, you know, when you have itinerant fathers, you know, visiting fathers who come and go, who don't check for their children, and then expect children to love them automatically, it's a very difficult proposition for many children, for many people. So I understand all of that. And that is why I understand that it's abandonment, no matter how I spin it. But I also feel that the person who's responsible for care also needs to be cautiously assessed and judged, but judged righteously, and with a view to building a structure that would allow us to take care of everyone within this space.
And that's a wrap on news. It's back now to Pearson and Morning Barbados.
Wendy, thank you. Our time is 5 minutes after the hour of 7, a break, and we're coming back with more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
7 minutes past 7 o'clock. You know, we live by those words, it takes one to know one. We've heard that too many times in our lives. But if that is true, then it takes an entrepreneur to know an entrepreneur. And why do we say that? The climb. It is real. Joining us to talk a little bit more about that, if I just call it, it feels like a movie, The Climb. Sharita Odell herself, an entrepreneur. Good morning to you, Sharita.
Hello, good morning, Pearson.
Good morning. The Climb, coming to a movie theater near you, coming to a Hilton near you, indeed. Let's talk a little bit about that and what it means to be an entrepreneur. And the struggle is truly real. You yourself are an entrepreneur. You've taken the leap of faith to start your own real estate agency and to be able to manage it over this time. What's it like to be an entrepreneur? What are some of the pitfalls? What are some of the things that we need to be constantly boosting ourselves about? And why the climb now?
So the climb, I always had that as kind of a motto for the journey. At the end of the day, you're trying to get to the top, the pinnacle of success. But as you know, climbing any mountain, it is tough. It is tough. There are some flat parts, but at the end of the day, you have to put in some effort to get to the top, and hence the name. Now, I've been a realtor for 17 years, and I started from ground zero. So imagine trying to figure that out for yourself. It was hard. But what this event is not, it is not a struggle fest. It is about celebrating the fact that entrepreneurs usually have a special set of skills and a different mindset from most, because they have to get up every day grinding and going after their coins themselves.
And that's the whole point, you know, that sometimes even getting up every day and grinding to go after your own coins yourself, you grow tired. And as you said, it's not a great fest, but when you get weary, there's a shoulder to lean on. And so the coming together with others through the climb, and if we want to get it literal, when we climb, sometimes we want someone to push us up just a little bit or to pull us up just a little bit as well. Is that the kind of forum that you're creating with the climb this Sunday?
Yes, exactly that. And you have to be mindful of the fact that we are coming out of a pandemic, which means that for 2 years, most businesses were on either shutdown or go slow. Can you imagine the hit to your morale when you're doing it yourself and relying on this for an income? It would have been a tough mental blow. So what this event is really for is, number one, those in corporate Barbados who have always had a dream and vision of something more, but they've been nervous about getting out. Do you have to get out to step into your destiny? Come and find out. This is for those who have their systems up and running smoothly, but they're feeling that sense of burnout. They're tired.
Yes.
And also this is for the seasoned veterans who might have it all together, but just need somebody to tell them, you're doing it right. Keep going. So that is who it is targeting, entrepreneurs of small and medium enterprises. Once you have a commodity or a service that is pulling in some sort of income, once you are your own boss, you can be a pharmacist, attorney, you could be a farmer, auto mechanic. These are the people who it's targeting. Anybody who has to go and make it happen for themselves.
And so the wind comes back beneath our wings from the climb. So how can we register to be a part of it, first of all? And then tell me who is going to be there, who the panelists are going to be there.
Certainly. So the event is taking place this Sunday at 4:30 at the Hilton, and you can buy tickets online at ticketlinks.com, link spelled LINKZ.com, or you can get physical tickets from Design Central, the photo and videography studio in town. That is at the site of Carlisle House when you're entering the large Princess Alice car park where the heliport used to be. Now, in terms of who's involved, we have Kelly Johnley. She is going to be the first speaker, and she is going to be talking about pivots, pandemics, and the power of community. Because we are going to have networking events there as well, you're going to be able to connect with other entrepreneurs, and who knows, they might become your best customers.
Yes.
And then I will be the feature speaker. My topic is harnessing the power of your story and claiming success. And essentially letting you know that, look, everyone has a different journey, this is how your story is going to make things happen for you. And then we're going to round things out with a panel discussion. We wanted to bring together a mix of entrepreneurs that persons could bounce questions off of and keep it interactive. So we have William Beckles. He runs the Little League Gym in Bank Hall.
Yes.
And I have watched that business evolve throughout the years. We have Tamara Gibson. She's a chandler. She runs Native Caribbean Household Fragrances, best known for their candle scents. And then there's Mr. Everett Eastman. He is a businessman that has been around for about 40 years. If there's anyone who knows about entrepreneurship, it's him.
So an opportunity then for all like-minded people who are in the struggle together, who are seeking to earn the coins, as you said, every day get up and grinding, to come together to learn and learn from each other's experiences, but to also share in each other's experiences, because together we can all reach the mountaintop as we climb. And so we want everyone to go to ticketlinks.com, ticketlinks.com, and purchase your ticket. Early bird tickets are still available?
There are few still available. I believe the venue will soon sell out because remember, we're limited in terms of capacity thanks to, unfortunately, the COVID protocol still. So there are few spaces remaining. One thing I must mention, this cannot be happening without the sponsors. When the initiative was first proposed to some companies, Lifetime Cooperative Credit Union jumped on board immediately. They're like, no, we have to be the title sponsor. We believe in this event. So they're spearheading, you know, putting it all together. We also have Century Insurance, Fortress Fund Managers, and Signia Globe Financial. They really saw the value of the event, and they wanted to get behind our entrepreneurs because that is the community that has been birthed out of the pandemic, so to speak, to a higher level. So really appreciating their support.
And in reality it's the community that has really been supporting the economy as well. So it's a great opportunity. So ticketlinks.com or Design Place Studio, or where you go to get your tickets.
Central Studio.
Design Central Studio. Pearson Boyne. Right, so that's where you go. Early bird tickets are $90. You can pay $100 later on, but you need to go fast because the space is relatively limited. It's at the Hilton Hotel on Sunday and it begins at 4:30. So how many hours do you think we'll be out for, for this, the climb?
We'll probably be there till about 7:30 or so. It's also going to just be a nice evening out because we have a musical presentation at the beginning. We're going to have prizes and giveaways, and you can't bring out Bajans without feeding them. So yes, there will be refreshments at the end.
This is going to be fantastic. All entrepreneurs in every sector across the island, you're encouraged to be a part of the climb, because you are indeed a part of the climb. And so the climb is this Sunday at 4:30, Hilton Hotel, until for about 3 hours. But you are engaged to hear some riveting stories, and then you have a chance to engage with some panelists who have had years of experience, who can help to re-energize you, sometimes to reshape and refocus you as well. And it is really an important moment in time for all entrepreneurs to be a part of. But you need to go online right away, ticketlinks.com or Design Central Studio in town, and get your ticket for the event this Sunday at the Hilton Hotel. Sharita Odell, as always, wonderful seeing you. Missed you on Tuesday, but had you on Thursday, so still got you this week indeed. All the best with the event. I hope that many people come, and that many people benefit significantly from the climb on this Sunday.
Yes. So remember, it's the motivational event for entrepreneurs. Don't stand there and you know, be quiet or be struggling in silence. Come and see that your journey might actually be very similar to others.
Indeed so. Well spoken, well said. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.
All right, folks, don't forget the event. The climb is this Sunday, 4:30 at the Hilton Hotel. And you need to get your tickets early. Ticketlinks.com or Design Central Studio in town. The places to go to get your tickets early. All entrepreneurs, let's huddle, let's get together indeed and continue the journey to the top. We'll take a break right here, and we're coming back with more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
18 minutes after 7, time for us to play together, Unscrambling the Letters. Yes, indeedy. Time for you to give me a call on 228-5562 or 228-5563 to unscramble the letters. And when you think you've got it, then you call me for sure. Look at this. Look at, I'm not even going to try to sound it. Look at that. Tell me what word you think we can make when we unscramble those letters. What word can we make when we unscramble those letters? So come, figure it out. Figure it out. Then dial me, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Let's see how sharp your eyes are. Let's see how much your brain is working this morning. 228-5562 or 228-5563. What letters can you, when you reorder them, what words do you think you can unscramble with these letters indeed? Come now, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Don't be embarrassed. It is an easy word. I know you can figure this one out easily. Good morning. Hello.
Morning, Pearson. How are you?
I'm well today. How are you doing, Gregory?
Not bad.
All right, my brother, he's in St. Michael, by the way. So, Gregory, what word do you see?
I see exhibition.
That is all that you see, Gregory?
Yeah.
Do you want to see anything else, Gregory?
No.
Are you sticking to that, right?
Yeah, sticking to that.
Yeah, man, you're absolutely right. It is indeed exhibition.
I have a point, so I will pick up words and...
I know.
Right.
That's why I tried to do a little bit of a rhyme just now with you, because you're a man that likes to rhyme.
Yeah.
And it's not a crime.
I like to put humor in my poetry, see?
Yes,
I find a lot of
indeed.
the writers under the deck be too serious.
Yeah, well, there are different forms of expression in poetry. So rhyming is one, and there are different other ways. So, but thanks, Greg. All the best today, okay?
Keep the good work up here, sir.
Bless you, my brother. Thank you. All right. Gregory is spot on. Exhibition is indeed that word that you see on your screen. Can we give another one? Can we give another one? Do we give another one? Shall we give another one? Can you unscramble this one? Oh, this is easy, weasy Japanese. Come now. You can get this one at a flash. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Come on. Easy so. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Can you figure this word out when you look at these letters? What letters, these letters form a word. When you unscramble them, what word do you see? 228-5562 or 228-5563. I think it's easy, but clearly you don't. Okay, here you go. Good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. Now, my next question is, I asked you how? Who are you? What's your first name?
My name is Angela.
Hello, Angela. Good to meet you. You know, Angela is another word for angel, in my estimation. Would people consider you to be angelic? You're laughing.
Yes, very much
In
so.
other words, no. That laughter told me, no, Pearson, they will not call me angelic. My name is simply Angela. That's all right, Angela. What parish are you watching us from?
St. Peter.
Ah, you're from what part of St. Peter are you exactly?
Near Boscobel.
What does that mean? You live in Boscobel or you don't live in Boscobel?
Yes, I live in Boscobel.
All right, so you're in Boscobel, St. Peter. And for those who don't know how to get to Boscobel from Mile and a Quarter, give us directions.
Okay, when you leave Mile and a Quarter, if you come across the highway, you come to the junction and you come straight. You come up the hill, you pass where Owen Arthur used to live.
So you pass All Saints.
We will get to All Saints, yes.
I get you. I get you. So I'm just leaping ahead of you. So we come up to the junction there by All Saints.
Yes, and instead of going to the road that would take you to Farley Hill, you just keep straight, and that would take you straight to Boscobel.
All right, hold on. So we come to the junction by All Saints and the cemetery. We make the right turn and we travel on. And rather than make the right turn to the road that takes you to Farley Hill, you keep straight.
Yes.
And what are you leading into Boscobel?
Because you go through them in a corner, then you go through Lower Castle, Upper Castle, you pass.
Yeah.
Yes, so that would take you to Boscobel.
I hope you know you're talking to a man from the north here.
Of course, you know you went to CP, what you used to call Copain.
You see why they don't call you an angel? Angela, you're right. I went to Scholarship Park, but I'm from St. Lucie, Angela. All those places are my stomping ground too.
Yes,
So don't think you can fool me.
That.
All right, that's all right. What word do you see on your screen?
I see exhibition.
Angela,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever heard of MCTV? You know, you're getting this question wrong now here. In other words, Angela.
This is the second word that is on. That,
Oh,
okay, let me ever guess that then.
Let me hear you.
Masquerade?
Yeah, good guess. Well done, Angela.
Is masquerade?
But yes, it is masquerade. But you know, you haven't answered my.
Exhibition was on, so yes, I'm guilty.
But I'm going to say this to you. You did not answer my first question. Have you ever heard of MCTV? Good. So my advice to you, Angela, is not to be left back in time. Come forward.
But
MCTV.
it also shows how intelligent. I mean, just look at it. Because look at it's a bit the word change.
You play, you ignore me. All right. Thank you, Angela. Have a good morning, all right?
Okay, all right, you too. Bye.
Okay, good. She thinks she can fool me? Anyway, we'll take a break right here. We're coming back with even more young people in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Oh, the competitions are really coming up, and because we're heading towards the end of Crop Over 22. And by the way, this afternoon they will be making an announcement of the top 40 for the People's Choice competition. That announcement you will hear and see at the CBC. So for sure, listen up for that. The Student Revolving Loan Fund and Sunshine Snacks People's Choice announcement of the top 40 will be revealed this afternoon right here, and you surely know to keep tuned to the stations of the CBC. Now, Saturday coming is also the finals of the Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition. One of those who has entered the competition and has a big song, is already quite a hit on the radio for Crop Over, is a youngster by the name of Joshua Oxley. But when you hear the radio, we introduce him as Josh Ox. Good morning to you, Josh Ox. Dun, 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 dun. I cannot hear you. Cannot hear you, Joshua. Cannot hear you, Joshua. Are you there now? Joshua Oxley, Josh Ox. We'll try to get his audio coming through to me so I can hear him. He's one of the finalists in this weekend's Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition at the Wilde Gymnasium. It starts at 7 in the evening. 7 o'clock is when it's going to start, so you know you've got to be there before, because it's one of those highly anticipated events for Crop Over when our juniors really come to stage to perform. There are 2 crowns that are up for contest this Saturday as well. They're looking for the Soca and the Calypso Junior Monarchs this weekend in the Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition. So 2 competitions in one evening, 2 winners indeed, and we can't wait to be a part of it. The Wilde Gymnasium, 7 o'clock all part of the crop over activities for 22. Now, as you know, we will definitely have it on radio, live coverage of that event on Q100.7 FM. It will also be on TV8, I believe, and so we'll be sharing that with you as well from the gymnasium on Saturday at 7. Adult tickets are $20. Children are also allowed at $10. The box offices are there on your screen. Take a good look at the NCF. You can go to CS Pharmacy, A&B Music and Wildy, Empowered, Sky Mall, the Ice Shop at Sheraton Mall, Saul Warren's Sports and Games. You can go there as well. So many places you can go to get your ticket for the Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition. So we believe you have Josh Ox and his audio. Good morning to you, Josh Ox.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
There you are. I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Josh Ox, today is Thursday. Saturday is just a couple days away. You ready?
Yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking as we get close to that date.
So how are you handling the nerves, Josh?
Wait, pardon?
How are you handling those nerves?
Well, I try not to think about it as much because, you know, I perform places already, but not some place this big and this serious.
Is this your first time performing on the Junior Monarch competition?
Yeah, it is.
So what was it about it that caused you to enter this year?
The fact that they have a soca category this year and they brought up my soca song.
Yes. And you thought, why not enter this competition? Your song is a big one, my brother. It's being played across the radio stations. Indeed, Dip and Go Low. Tell us about Dip and Go Low.
Yeah, so it's a soca song, vibing song. Honestly, people have been asking me if it's a bashment soca or sweet soca, but it's kind of like in the middle.
And that was that deliberate?
Not really. It was supposed to lean more to the sweet soca direction.
Okay. And so this song, Dip and Go Low, did it take you by surprise that people have really caught on to it in the way they have this year?
Yeah, it really has, because I really just expected to release the song and then it would have stayed there, like played once in a while, but every morning I wake up, I just hear it playing.
Yes, it is odd how you've got a hit this year, my boy. Now, this is not your first recording, because I know we do have some other songs by you in the system. So let's talk a little bit about your musical journey so far and your journey into recording. What is it about this genre that really excites you to perform in it?
The whole vibe and the whole process of making soca music is just exciting, because normally if you record a dancehall song, then you could be like not really as hype for it. But for a soca song, you need to get the energy out there. You need to let the people feel your presence on the beat. So you need to be hype.
There's so many other beats that are out there competing for your attention, and you chose soca. I mean, there's hip hop, there's art, reggae, there are all sorts of other things, but you love soca. Why? Tell me why. What is it about soca that infects you in the way that it does?
I think that it's the memories soca brings. Whether it's an old soca song or a new one, I feel it's just crop over, and the season in general, man, it just gets me excited.
Gets you excited. What school do you go to, Josh?
I'm currently going to the Christchurch Foundation School.
The Christchurch Foundation. You seem like a very tall person. Would I be correct?
Yes, you are.
So here it is. You're one of the big boys on stage in this upcoming soca competition. Have you had a chance to pay attention to the others who are part of the soca category for this weekend's Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition?
When you say pay attention, could you explain?
Well, I mean, you're not competing against yourself, so there are others that you're competing against. Have you also been looking at what they've been doing through rehearsals and paying attention to them?
Yeah, I have. There's one specific guy that song is just really nice. I can't stop singing it. Me and my family can't stop singing it.
So here it is. You're struggling to keep focused on your song, and yet there's this other song in your head all the time. Nonetheless, I'm sure you're going to do very, very well. Now, Dip and Go Low, did you have a hand in writing that song?
Yeah, from my father, kind of. He was giving me inspiration and lyrics, so I just took apart some of those lyrics and switched around some of the words.
So
But
was it that your
it was
father wrote the
mostly that
song and then you
stuff.
contributed to it?
No, I wrote it and he contributed to me.
In other words, let it be established, you're the writer. So, Daddy, hold on, you co-authored it with me. I love it. So, this relationship with your father in your soca journey so far, what's that been like?
It's been nice because he really started me off with my first song. He gave me the inspiration for it. A song called Instruction Time, when the pandemic had hit and we were just inside, people were getting lazy.
Yeah.
He said, Josh, we need an instruction song to get people out and moving again, get that active.
Yes.
So me and him and my sister just sit down and started writing lyrics. It was, at first, I don't think it was that serious, but we still, if it was still going to be a finished song, then we would have take it serious, obviously. But it really started as a joke.
And that joke is getting very serious now. I'm telling you, you're performing this weekend, so we're serious about this. This is really, really fantastic. So, in terms of what else do you think you need to do now to be completely sure that you're ready for Saturday night?
Start focusing with all the people that give me this.
I understand how you feel. Don't even think about that. As I told the others this morning, look over their heads. There are just cardboards in front of you, and you're just singing your liver galls out. So just look at the back of the room and just sing. Josh, don't worry about them. They love your song so much already that they're there to support you. And that's the beauty of the whole thing, you know. Just see them as supporters, nothing else. And have fun on the stage. Now, you had a chance to interact with TC and RPB just recently. How was that for you?
It was nice. I got some wisdom, some tips and tricks to do. Like, for instance, TC said that if, for instance, like how my song is Dip and Golo, I can't be singing dip and I standing up tall. I have to go down. Even if I can't get all the way down, I still need to
dip.
Get it that right. I still need to get it that action.
At least dip, for sure. Yeah. Joining us right now is Alyssa. We finally got the connection with her. Alyssa Slay Harris. Good morning to you, Slay. Oh, man. All right, so she's going to join us a little later on. Fair enough. So, Josh, I want to wish you the very best on Saturday night. Again, sweet song is already playing on the radio stations. You've had a phenomenal year, and win or lose, you've had a phenomenal year, Josh Ox. Now everybody knows your name, and everybody's going to be there to support you on Saturday night. All the best to you in the competition, all right?
Yeah, I really appreciate the support, and just like you said, I have a phenomenal year. I still have more songs to drop. They may not be soca, but I still have songs to drop this year.
All right, remember, 94.7, the best 24/7, the ultimate Beijing experience. We play your music, bring it, and we'll be happy to share it with us, okay?
Yeah.
Great man, thank you so much. Joshua Oxley, Josh Ox, one of the finalists in the Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition this Saturday night at the Wildy Gymnasium. A break, shall we? And we'll come back with even more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
22 now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. So Alyssa is with us now. Alyssa Slay Harris. She's also one of the finalists in this weekend's Scotiabank Junior Monarch competition. Alyssa, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Are you getting ready to... Alyssa, where are you going? Where are you going? Stay put. Are you getting ready to slay them this Saturday?
Yes, please.
Haha, you sure?
Yes, please.
All right, you're in the Calypso competition, so you're heading for the Calypso crown in the Junior Monarch competition. So talk to me about your preparation for Saturday night's performance.
So I'm just, I don't know, just rehearsing and making sure that I got everything right.
Mm-hmm. How old are you, Alyssa?
I'm 12, going 13 August 1st.
What school are you with?
Dighton.
The Dighton Griffith School. So here it is, you're singing a song called Choices. What's that song about?
It's about bullying and how to solve it.
It's about bullying and how to solve bullying. So what's the solution to that?
Because they're just innocent children who are getting bullied and it's not right. So I just made a song about it.
And in your song, you're giving advice to others who are listening? Am I right? And what's the advice you're giving from your song Choices about how to handle bullying? What advice are you giving? Tell me about it.
To stop the bullying because it's not a kind thing to do.
Okay. So this song was written by who?
Crystal coming back home.
Speak a little louder for me. Don't whisper, don't whisper. I'm an old man. I need to hear clearly. All right. So Crystal Cummings Beckles wrote your song with you, and you had a chance to sit with her and practice it, right?
Yeah.
So how has it been? What kinds of advice has she been giving to you in terms of delivery for the song?
So to, say every single word and things like that.
Really? I'd like you to sing the first verse for me.
How's that? Okay, 1 second.
Sure, I am patient. You waiting for you're trying to get the music? Alyssa?
Pardon me?
Right, so let me hear the first verse of your song, Choices, which you shall sing in the Calypso final for the Scotiabank Junior Monarch finals on Saturday. You ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As I reach the schoolyard. Oh.
Sing your song, sing your song. It's early in the morning, I know how it goes. Alyssa.
Yeah.
Sing your song. It's all right. You
Oh, give me a minute.
That's all right. Such a natural reaction. It happens to all of us. Even as I sit here right now, I'm a little bit hoarse. It's okay. It happens. You ready for me now? Alyssa?
No, because I didn't do my vocal warm-up or
All
anything.
right, that's okay. That's fine with me. That's fine. That's okay. I understand indeed. So here it is now. You're in the final. Why did you enter the Calypso competition? You could have entered the soca. You could have entered the what would have been the bashment if had it had enough entries, but you chose to enter Calypso. Is this your first time?
Yes, it is.
So what was it about the competition that prompted you to enter?
I don't know. It's just, I guess I was just interested because I wanted to follow my dream and sing.
Yeah, you want eventually to be a singer?
Yes, please.
Calypso singer or just a singer overall in any genre?
Just a singer overall.
Just a singer overall. Do you get a chance to sing often while at school?
To myself, I have a choice to sing in music.
Mm-hmm.
But I prefer to just sing to myself.
To sing to yourself. All right. Well, Saturday night is almost upon us. I hope you're completely ready. It's going to be a really good evening. Don't be nervous. It's going to be okay. It's your song, and you're simply delivering it. Think of it as a concert. It's just a concert. Get out there and do your absolute best. And let the chips fall where they may. It doesn't matter. So get out there, have a good time on Saturday night, and we wish you the very best, all right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Her name is Alyssa Harris. She goes by the stage name Slay. Her song is Choices, written by Crystal Cummins Beckles, and she's on stage on Saturday night as well for the Scotiabank Junior Monarch Finals. Remember, get to the box offices today and get your tickets. Speaking of today also the announcement of the 40 finalists who are going to be in the People's Choice competition, the ones who made it through to the next stage. That announcement will be made this afternoon, so don't miss it right here on TV8 and on the radio stations of the CBC. Listen up, the competitions are really heating up, so we can't wait to hear who comes where and who comes next. We'll take a break here and we're coming back with more on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
15 minutes now to go to 8 o'clock, and now football has really become quite a vehicle by which so many of our young people have been able to achieve success. And they continue to do so. The opportunities are really abounding. And joining us this morning as we look ahead and also talk a little bit about summer camp coming up is Atori Holder, who is in Canada, I understand. Atori, is that right?
Good morning, Pearson. Yes, that's right.
Good morning. Eric, where are you? You're over there too?
Yes. Good morning, Pearson.
How is it in Canada? How is it feeling to be on Canadian soil?
One thing for sure is cold. It is very cold. Like right now it's 14 degrees Celsius, and
whoa.
I can't wait to get back to the Caribbean.
So what are you doing to keep yourselves warm?
I guess you could say we're wrapped up in the sheets.
Keep yourselves warm, that's fine. But I mean, acclimatizing, that's all part of it anyway. I mean, it's the future that you're going after, the goals that you're trying to achieve as well, to play football internationally. And if you do, you're going to find yourselves in some places where it is going to chill your bones, and then you'll find yourselves in some places where the heat is unbearable. So getting acclimatized is going to be critical. So having landed there now, what have you been doing so far? What opportunities have you been faced with?
Well, we played 8 matches in all, and we lost 4, drew 1, and won 3 matches. And I'd say that we achieved 2 of our main objectives, which were to form relationships with players and coaches alike from different cultures, which would not only help us to grow as footballers, but as persons in general. And then the next goal was to invite as many teams from Canada to the Barbados Soccer Academy International Soccer Showcase, which is happening in late August of 2023. And that will be using Barbados as a hub for sports tourism.
How does it feel being such an ambassador, though, Atori, being an ambassador for the Barbados Soccer Academy and for Barbados in Canada? How does it feel?
It feels pretty good, and I'm proud to be an ambassador because I am a proud Bajan.
Amen. Eric, what about you and your engagement with those who you've been around?
Yeah, I think it's been really good, and I think a lot of the persons over here have been really friendly. Whenever we've been traveling to our matches, there may be a couple persons asking if we're here to play soccer. So some of the Canadians are really friendly.
I mean, you meet them wherever you go, some friendly ones and some not so friendly ones as well. So you've played 8 matches, you've drawn 1, you've won 3, And you've lost 4. How do you feel? Who's this young man standing up in your picture? Who's that?
That's one of my teammates, Shamar.
I know he had to let mommy know that he's all right, he's all safe. And so, hey, gentlemen, hello, good morning. Look at them right there. So, but how is it? You've lost 4, you've drawn 1, and you've won 3. Are you happy with that record? And what do you still need to do, you think, to win more? Eric, let's start with you.
Yeah, so even though the results have been not maybe what we've wanted, but I think we can take away a lot of positives from the matches, and I think a lot of the players are happy with how they have performed, and these performances we are really looking forward to building on and progressing our play.
What's your view, Atori? What else can you do?
I agree with Eric. Obviously, we would have loved to have won all 8 games, but the losses and the draws, we could all take away learning lessons, some lessons from those matches.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned then?
The biggest lesson, I would have to say teamwork and working together as a team.
And so you're going to address that, no doubt, as a team. Come together and say, boys, we got to work better as a team. We can do this. We can. The opportunities are right there before us, and we can do this. One of the objectives as well is to be able to be spotted and to have that relationship with coaches and scouts. With you, Eric, have you had those kinds of opportunities present themselves to you, and what are they saying to you?
Yes, so at a number of the matches, there were a number of scouts that were here watching some of the boys play, and after the matches, we got a chance to really get to know some of the scouts and keep in contact with them as we go back to Barbados. So a lot of the boys are looking forward to what's next to come.
And what about you, Eric, Atori? What are the scouts saying? What are the opportunities that you wanted to grab hold of that were right there before your face?
Basically the same thing that Eric said. The scouts are here watching, and after the matches, we would go and speak to them, and they would basically say, like,
work in progress.
Yeah, we're work in progress, basically.
Your work's in progress, but they see potential, real potential indeed. All right, I know that coming up there's going to be a summer camp. Who's going to talk to me about this upcoming summer camp?
I am.
Let's hear about it, Eric. Let's excite parents today about some opportunity for their children.
Right, so the Barbados Soccer Academy will be holding a summer camp. The camp's name is Camp Superior. It will be held at the Commonwealth School, and the duration of the camp is 5 weeks. It starts in July 25th, and it runs to August 26th. The cost of the camp is $300. That's for the normal price, but your early bird package as well, which is at $250. The camp is open to both boys and girls from ages 5 to 17. There'll be a number of activities available at the camp as well, such as football, cricket, volleyball, basketball, netball, arts and craft, and there are also going to be some academic classes for CXC as well that will be held, such as mathematics, social studies, physics, etc. So there's a lot of stuff that is available at the camp, and we're really looking forward to any interested campers or anyone that's interested in, having some fun during the summer. And this is the 13th annual summer camp.
Right. It sounds like a really great one. It's fully all-encompassing indeed. You're doing sport, you're also doing the academics. So for anyone watching then, how can they register? Because you say registration, you can get the early bird registration as well. So how can people register?
Right. So registration forms are available at the YMCA. You can also register at Sports and Games in Independence Square. And there are another number of places such as the Fisherman's Pub in Spikestown, and also Brighton's Stationery and Norman Center as well.
All right, so the Barbados Soccer Academy is hosting this summer camp, ladies and gentlemen, for the little ones of ages 5 to 17, boys and girls, all of you can be a part of it. A range of disciplines, sporting disciplines from cricket, soccer, basketball, volleyball, road tennis, track and field. Exhausting, a lot of them indeed. And certainly from the 25th until August the 26th, that's where they will be at the Combermere School for this very special summer camp during the holidays. And we want to encourage as many of you as possible to get out to those offices, those spots, and register your child to be a part of this developmental tool. But at Tori, you're talking to about exposing those who were there with you in Canada to the opportunities to come to Barbados. Talk to me a little bit about that plan. And who are you inviting?
Well, we want to invite as many teams as possible. So obviously we invited all of the clubs that we played against.
And tell me who they are, because we're looking at the pictures as well. Where is this picture taken?
That's at the Pearson International Airport in Canada.
Say that first word again. Where? That's my name, Pearson International. That's right. And so there you are in the cold climate of Canada, and you know, a different location, but nonetheless looking ready to participate indeed and to have that competition. Well done still on your achievements thus far. And so, Tori, you're inviting teams from the United States, from Canada and Europe as well to come to Barbados to compete in an upcoming, talk to me about that upcoming tournament.
Well, the tournament will be held next year in August.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the teams we have invited that we've played so far. You better help me out here, Harry.
Rexford Club. Mr. Bavel has a list of the clubs. I can't remember them right off.
A number of people have already been invited to come on down to be a part of it. The international showcase is scheduled for next year, you said. So we can't wait to see that. But here you are now as ambassadors of Barbados and the Barbados Soccer Academy in Canada, doing very, very well and making us all equally proud. Let's talk a little bit, if you can, Eric, about the value of working through the Barbados Soccer Academy for young people. Indeed, what does it mean to be a part of it?
Yeah, so I think since joining the academy, it has granted me a lot of opportunities that I might not have seen before at different places. So I'm really grateful for the opportunities that the academy has provided for me, and I'm looking forward to many more that are yet to come.
Right, as are we. So who else is in the room with you? Let them one by one come forward, come nearer to the camera. Let me hear who you are, so that your parents watching can know that you're alive and well. Who's there in the room? Come and introduce yourself.
Yeah, morning. My name is Samuel.
Hello, Samuel, and good to see you. How is it going for you, Samuel?
It's going fine. I enjoyed the experience, and what's not.
Well done, Samuel. Thank you. Good to see you. Who else is there? Who's next? There was a giant who stood up earlier. Hey, morning.
Erico.
You're Erico.
Yes, please.
Come closer, Erico. That's you, Erico?
Yes, please.
Is this the Erico who I know?
Yes, please.
All right, Erico, good to see you. I didn't know you were in Canada. Well done. Are you having a good time?
Yes, please.
Good man, good man. See you again soon. Thank you. Erico is in Canada. Didn't know that. And who's next? Who's next?
Hey, good morning. My name is Johnny P.
Say your name again.
Ajani.
Ajani, how's it been going for you?
It's going great.
Good. Is it that you can't wait to come home, or you'd like to stay?
Well, I would like to stay and still wait to come home for April.
I know the dilemma indeed, but good to see you, Ajani, as well. Who else is there? Anyone else is there? Pretty much that's the group. Ah, here's a giant now. Let me hear you. What's your name?
Shamar.
Hello, Shamar. How's it been going for you?
Going great.
You seem like a man of business. You seem like a man of business. What role do you play on the team?
Center back.
All right. Well, good. So, how has it been for you in Canada so far?
Great. We're so easy, better. I mean, like, cool.
That's all right. Don't worry, it'll get warm again soon. But good to see you as well. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's someone else.
Come, gentlemen. Good morning.
My name
How are
is
you?
James.
Hello, James. You can say hi to your mother. Don't be shy. Your mother and father are probably watching.
I don't. They may be sleeping.
Not you though, but good to see you as well. I hope you're having a really great time there in Canada. All right.
Yes, please. Thanks.
Good young man. You're a good man. Anyone else? Is that pretty much it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty
All
much
right, that's it. Well, gentlemen, I want to wish you a great today. I want to encourage as many people as possible to be a part of the summer camp. Remember, you can also contact by WhatsApp 838-2982, 838-2982, or 850-0377, or send an email to jacksports9@hotmail.com. Enjoy the remainder of your time in Canada. Continue to represent Barbados so well. Continue to engage with the coaches and the other teams and be great ambassadors. I wish you only the best and success. Thank you so much, all right?
All right, thank you. And I would like to say on behalf of all of the BSA members, I'd like to say special thanks to Mr. Peter Mears, the director of Barbados Tourism Marketing, Inc.,
Yes.
Canada office.
Yes, indeed. I'm glad you had the support. Thank you so much, gentlemen. All the best. Thank you. Tori Holder and Eric Puckering, indeed representing the Barbados Soccer Academy. That is it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. For my producer, Nadia Foster, technical director, Anderson Nurse, production assistant, Roel Ford, at sound has been Michael Sobers, and at master control, Tamisha Green. I'm Pearson Boyne saying goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.